Michigan State, Magic Johnson, Greg Kelso, they were the world's fair tonight.
Yeah, they're the best team we saw the last month of this year. There's no question about it.
They were on an uptick. They hit a little drought in the middle of the season, and then they were off to the races.
Now let's give some credit to their league, too. I think that's what made them such a competitive team. The Big Ten this year had some incredible competition. Maybe the greatest year a conference has ever had in the country.
Bill Hodges, he graduated from Marion College in Indiana in 1970 after 4 years in the Air Force. An assistant coach, and let's pay tribute to those men too. The assistants, often overlooked. They struggle, they work for years and years behind the head man before they get their chance. Under adversity, Hodges replacing the physically ill King, and he's had a great year. And Jud Heathcote, his counterpart, several years at the University of Montana. A surprise pick by Michigan State. Long pass to Kelser. The coup de grace. Michigan State now starts to celebrate. Offensive foul, I believe, against Larry Bird. And now the Spartans starting to show the victory smiles. Bill Hodges knows it's all but over. He trails by 9, 49 seconds left. Oh, tremendous collision at midcourt.
Wow.
And what's the call? The call is against Nimchik of Indiana State.
He's the one that had the offensive foul, too, but they're battling out there, and Indiana State had to take the gamble out for that steal to allow the long pass.
Wow, they're going to call 2 fouls on that again, but
Double.
he stepped in, and they really hit each other. I'm pleased no one's hurt. There's 48 seconds left, and there comes the cry out from Michigan State Spartans. They're number 1, and they are number 1.
And their number 1 player, Irvin Magic Johnson, wins for his university $5,000. $1,000 during the regular year, $5,000 in this championship game. Very few can argue that sophomore. I said today, someone asked me if I could put a name on the back of his uniform, I would write joy. The joy for this game, the joy that he has brought his fans and anyone who loves basketball.
As Judge said, he's the best ball player in the country, pro, college, or high school.
Reed comes back to hit 2 from
That's going to be a technical foul. Going to be a technical foul. What happened? Larry Bird slopped the ball away from Magic Johnson while he was out of bounds. It's automatic technical foul. Hey, you have to pull all the stops when you get here. What a great ball player Larry Bird is, but this was accurately called right here. Now watch it. The ball is, Magic's out of bounds.
Isn't that normally a warning first on that when you break the plane, Billy?
No. That's well called.
That's a good call by the official because Bird was very quick in his move. Little frosting for Magic Johnson. Michigan State 69, Indiana State 60. Johnson leads all scores with 22. Bird 19 for Indiana State.
Well, got the national champs, Michigan State.
Look at Irvin Johnson. He turned to the official, 2 fingers out, saying, he wants 2. Magic says, I'm no one, just 1. That was intentional.
Larry Bird telling his teammates, hey, we got nothing to be sad about, but let's keep playing solid ball here. You don't want to turn the game into a farce.
Can we say, Al McGuire, 2 stars were just a bit too much for 1?
Well, as I said earlier in the show, the 3rd man in the ring was the deciding factor, Greg Kelso.
You have Johnson against Bird, both legitimate All-Americans, both big men. A new evolution of the game, the big man with the great passes, but Michigan State also had Greg Kelso.
And you know, thinking back to last year when Kentucky went all the way through, this Michigan State team was a year younger, but they almost knocked off the Kentucky Wildcats last year in that regional.
Kentucky beat them by only 3, 52-49.
I also want to thank Larry Bird for giving us so many thrills this year, for being a perfect gentleman.
Gilbert has his fourth point, 18 seconds. Johnson fouled by Bird as those 2 great stars collide.
Well, before this game started, Matt, oh, what a sight right there.
Yeah, what they're saying, play to our potential. Play to our potential.
That was said. I think they said with their eyes, we did it. We did it.
Yep. They're going to get their rings and their wristwatch and be proud of it for the rest of their life.
Those memories will be a lot bigger than any kind of memento they'll ever give them. There's Jud breaking out the smile.
Not yet, not yet.
There he is.
There's 15 seconds left. No, he's not.
They're getting him.
No, he's got 15 seconds. Let's see if we can catch a smile, huh?
Urban Johnson tacks on 2 more. He has 24.
A reminder of our award ceremony following the next game.
12, 11. Well, that Reed has hit 3 low.
Oh, there's the pass.
Look at Johnson. It's all over. Michigan State University, national champions, 1979. They chant that cry on every campus in every sport. Everyone wants to be #1, but only one can make it. And Larry Bird, a great star, congratulates the victors.
Dick, I enjoyed working with you and Billy.
Same here, gang.
Urban Johnson leads his Michigan State team to the final score, 75-64. The first ever national basketball championship for the Spartans of Michigan State. And Brian Gumbel has the game star and his head coach, Jud Heathcote.
Thank you, Dick. I am with 2 very, very happy people here, Magic and Jud. Magic, not only were you a leader on offense, I thought you did a great job on Larry Bird in the zone, denying him the ball.
Yes, Coach gave us a good game plan to go against Larry Bird, and all we had to do was go out and do it. And if we did it, he said we would win. That's what we done.
Jud, I know you didn't count on Larry Bird hitting as poorly from the field as he did. Were you surprised they didn't try to force the ball into him more?
Well, I think that we had a man and a half on him, Brian, and it was tough to get it in. I thought maybe they could have gone to him a little more, but I think they worked the ball. Hey, this was a tough game for us. They gave us all we wanted, and we're just very, very happy to win.
Were either of you surprised at how close the officials were calling the ball game early on?
No. Well, I sure was, but maybe he wasn't. I wasn't, because they wanted to set the tempo for the game, and they didn't want it to get out of hand. So
you seemed to lose the rhythm a little bit at the 15-minute mark in the second half when Kelser left the ball game. He sat on the bench for 7 minutes, and then you got outscored 14-4. What happened?
Well, we might have become a little too conservative, and yet without Gregory in there, we have a tough time running our offense. So we're just glad we could hang in there, and the Magic Man was super as usual and kept us in there.
Let me ask 2 final questions. The rumors say that you've played your last college game and that you're heading away from Michigan State. You first.
I can't really say, I haven't said that at all. Everybody's just saying that. As far as I know right now, I'll be back. But, everybody got the rumor I'm leaving, but I haven't said that.
Jud, how about you?
Those are just rumors, Brian, just rumors.
Right. Gentlemen, congratulations. Super Bowl game.
That picture.
Let's go back to Dick.
Okay, Brian tells it all. You feel it. You feel it with him.
He's a great competitor. You know, in Terre Haute, when I first met him, I said, Larry, wouldn't you rather lose a ball game before you could win to the NCAA? He says, Coach, I don't want to lose any ball game.